teams play, particularly in the fourth quarter, when the game was very much in the balance on both sides of the ball?
I thought we played good. I thought we played really hard the entire game. I thought we played really hard the entire game. There's always, mistakes, but you overcome them by just playing hard and having good tempo. And I really thought we did that on all three sides of the ball. And this is, of course, a really good team. An extremely strong physical team, maybe the strongest, most physical in the conference, certainly one of them. And with very talented players. And so it's one of those things where you kind of are constantly exchanging blows. Thought our defense played really well, mitigating the run game. Thought offensively, other than an exception here or there, we were really productive because against these guys you don't get very many plays, just for the record. We ended up with 77 plays, but we didn't have very many early. And part of it is because those cats used the whole clock the whole game. So anyway, thought it was a great team win. Thought we played extremely hard. And really all the quarters, not just the fourth quarter.
Is that one of Luke Falk's best drives, starting on the 6-yard line, the eventual game-winning drive where he hit Tay Martin on a 3rd and 14 as well?
Yeah, on the post. Yeah, it was a good one. I mean, shoot, I don't know. He's had a lot of them. I think that one to beat UCLA was a good one. That one to beat, there's the one to beat Miami was a good one. I mean, there's a lot of them. One thing he's done a good job of, and he might have a record or something on this, is he's been involved with probably more comeback drives maybe than anybody in the history of the Pac-12.
Was he more decisive today? Did you see what you wanted out of him?
Yeah, I thought he had good tempo. I thought he was for sure. I thought he bounced around. Played with that chip on his shoulder, and I thought, I thought it rubbed off really on the rest of the offense for sure.
When you play the wide receivers, I mean, from Bernard, Jameer, Tay, I mean, you go down the list, all of them seem to make impact plays at one point or another.
Yeah, we had pretty good distribution, I thought. And I thought we caught the ball pretty well. There's all kinds of obstruction out there, or however you say it without getting in trouble. And but I thought they caught the ball pretty good.
Every 4th and 1, I think you're going to go for it. Can you tell me the thought process that led to the pick 6 in the 3rd quarter?
Well, I've gone for a lot of 4th downs. The fact doesn't make it a bad idea. The guy just jumped a route and took off and scored a touchdown. It's too bad, I thought that kind of baited us into the specific play and route. I thought we had other stuff. I mean, because it was kind of a this or that. And if I'd called the other one, that kid may still be running. But, here you look, you got this. And then, of course, it was about the time you snap the ball, they jump right there where you're hoping to go with the thing,
What did you see as a defense in terms of the improvement this week? How they managed to stop Bryce Love, whereas they didn't against Colgate?
Well, they're different offenses for one. They're dramatically different offenses. But I think that I think our scheme was good. And the thing is we played their run game well last year too. And the biggest thing is we gave up some big plays, but if we had to do over again, I doubt we would.
You have a chance to talk to Powell about saving 2 of those returns off the touchdowns?
Well, I mean, we're happy for Powell, but we're not happy about the rest of it because we weren't very good on kickoff cover today, and I mean, we're glad that he made those tackles, but kind of the idea of it as we draw this up, we're not really drawing it up saying, hey, if we do this, this, and this, we can funnel the guy right to Powell, and then he can make the tackle. I mean, we're kind of doing the opposite of that. We kind of start back. We go, okay, here's Powell. Now, if all these other guys do this, this, and this, they won't get to Powell. Well, so it had an inverse effect. But anyway.
How special was it for senior Frankie Luvu with his family on hand for the first time to close out the game with that interception?
I guess it was pretty special. I haven't given it much thought, but yeah, his family's fantastic. Fantastic people all the way over there from the old country, you know.
You ever get a chance to meet them?
Yeah, I did, and it was kind of random. I was there doing, you know, June Jones's charity event. Okay, so now one thing you got to understand about American Samoan, it's one of the most unique things I've ever seen. And they only have a couple flights a week. They only have a couple flights a week. So some of the people you see in town, you know, doing various other jobs, whether at a restaurant or whatever, when that plane comes in, they have kind of a part-time job working at that airport. And so you'll see a bunch of friendly faces you've seen throughout the week. All of a sudden they're working at the baggage check, the security check. You know, it's all people you've seen around the island because there's not that many people there on the island. Well, the other thing is people are always anxious to see who comes off the plane because a lot of times it's family, friends. And so they'll wait under this kind of big outdoor sort of pavilion thing to see who comes off the plane, to see how people going onto the plane, but see people coming off the plane. And there'll be kids out there playing. There'll be families there. There'll be, you know, really like the whole island out there around, you know, that airport, the outside the airport. And so as we're going back, you know, as we're going back to the mainland, me to Pullman, and then, of course, June to Hawaii. June only had to fly half as far. Well, son of a gun, there's Frankie Lulu's parents. So I got to meet Frankie Lulu's parents. Got some cool beads and a cool T-shirt, and yeah. So it was, but it was kind of random, and they kind of did the airport thing. Okay, these guys are leaving on this flight, and no slipping through. So it was very good to meet them, and now they're here. So.
Have you seen an increase in leadership from specifically him this season on defense?
Yeah, I don't know how to define leadership sometimes, but you know, examples are the best leadership, and I think that, you know, Frankie's example's been really a good one, and you know, because he's explosive, he's dynamic, and I think that energy translates to other people, and I think that you know, makes them excited to play, and then. But, you know, I mean, he's kind of a run-through-the-wall type of guy. Always plays fast and plays physical and, you know, just has an explosion to him. And I do think that the other people draw from it. You know, he's not, you know, he's not one of those hey, batter type of guys, you know. But he's, you know, but it's all, you know, by his example, his actions.
Final couple for Coach.
You got the win in the book. Any more plans for Dad's weekend?
What's that?
You got the win in the book. Any more plans for Dad's weekend?
Shoot, no, because I spent all the time planning to put the win in the book. I mean, you know, whatever my plans are from here on, you can pretty well call my wife, and that, you know, which she'll go, well, I don't know, what do you want to do? Well, my thought is I spent all week thinking about this, so you go ahead and think about, you know, what happens next. So we'll see how she did.
It seemed like the celebrations were pretty subdued, knowing what you guys still have left to play for.
I don't know. I usually kind of just go in and, you know, close it out, get ready for the next one. But I mean, everybody had a great deal of respect for Stanford, and you know, and this is a big win any way you slice it. I mean, you know, anybody that was anywhere near the field, you saw what their players looked like, and you saw what our players looked like. So, you know, it's kind of like spending the day moving mountains. So.
Darnay, what do you got?
I know you guys probably aren't going to hang a banner for 7-0 at home, but any satisfaction in just being able to complete your home schedule the way you guys did this year?
No, I think it's always huge to win at home, and it's always huge to kind of create that tradition of winning at home, which, you know, we're starting to get a little more consistent at with our group. So I do think that's important.
Last one for Coach.
You are undefeated at home, but you have your last 2 games on the road where you've had some trouble. What do you tell your team to keep them focused on the prize of the Pac-12?
You know, I think you just do the same thing and just go out there and play. You know, you just go out there and play the best you can, and and lock in and focus on what you do. I don't know how much the road itself was a problem. I mean, typically, typically it's it's a lot like Pogo Possum says. We've met the enemy and he is us. And so, so if Pogo Possum would have showed up here earlier in the season, maybe would have solved a couple of those. But it's our own, it's our own stuff. So we just got to be better ourselves,
All right, thanks, Coach.